Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Let That Sink In. My name is Tiffany Smith, and I am the Director of Marketing and Communications here at PM and Associates. And I am joined by my co-host, Todd Morgan, sales rep out of St. Louis. Hi, Todd.
Hello. Good morning.
And today we are on episode 15 of Let That Sink In, and we are joined by Sharon Edwards from Swan Corporation. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Todd.
Hi,
Sharon
good morning.
is the VP of Sales for Decorative Products Group at American Bath Group. Wow, that is an awesome title. I love it.
It's a heck of a title.
It's a busy title. Sorry.
And you have an even better bio, and we'd love to hear about it. Can you talk a little bit about your history here, Sharon?
Yeah, absolutely. So I had kind of a random introduction into the plumbing world. So I started out as an interior designer for a national builder. And during that time, I had customers, that I was working with on their designs and things like that. But part of my interaction was with the local rep agency for Delta Faucets. So it was interesting because at the time, Delta Faucets did not have a focus on the showroom. So they wanted the agencies to bring in somebody who would be a total focus on showrooms. So I ended up going to work for the local rep agency in Alabama, which is also the ABG rep agency right now for us. And so I loved it. I absolutely love being in the rep world. I spent about 7 or 8 years in that. I actually won Outstanding Showroom Specialist of the Year in 2007 with Delta Faucets.
Awesome.
And so I loved it. Absolutely loved it. After about 7-8 years with them, there was a little bit of change in the management. And then I decided I wanted to take the next step in my career, and that was to go on into the manufacturing world. Well, I got hired on by a company called AZEC, which was in the building products, but was not in plumbing. So it was a little bit different clientele, didn't really like it that much. So I ended up coming back to Birmingham, where I'm currently based. And I went to work for a local wholesaler. And it was interesting because they found out I was in town because of the Kohler rep. And so they contacted me and asked me to come interview. And when I interviewed, they asked me to tell them what I thought about their business. And I said, well, you want the truth? It was really funny. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. And that was nice, right? I just said, you're really good in the builder space, commercial space, contractor. You do really well there, but you're not thought of as a high-end design center, right? So I started in an outside sales and was working with architects and designers. And then as things progressed, they were in the middle of a Kohler remodel. I started working with the interior designer at Kohler. She left. And then I started doing some of the remodel. And then I ended up hiring people for them. And then eventually they put me into the role as a director of marketing and showrooms, which was very creative. Loved it. Right up there with my design degree.
Yeah.
And so we remodeled them all the way up to rebranding them to VW Gallery. And then we went on to build a team. And then as things started getting done, it wasn't as creative. I decided I want to get back in the manufacturing world. So it was actually pretty funny. I ended up going to work for, I couldn't do it anymore. I literally left 1 month to the day, right? And 1 month later, I was hired by Gerber Toilets and Dan's Faucets, which Dan's doesn't exist anymore. But I was business development there, which was nice because then I was calling on national builders, plumbers, things like that. I had 12 states and I think 11 rep agencies. And during that time, I was contacted by a recruiter to go to work for Swan. So I literally started out with Swan in 2017 as the regional sales manager. So I escalated my career from there. And then I was with Swan from 17 to 19. And in 2019 is when American Bath was starting to really segment their business. And so I went on the decorative products team. We didn't have a group like that. So I went on to that team. And then here it is 23.
Yeah.
And I had the opportunity of becoming the VP of sales. Officially, it was the 3rd week of December. So 6 months in, here we are.
Congratulations.
That is
That's
fantastic.
Awesome.
Wow. What a
Thank
great
you.
career.
It's been a fun
Nice
journey.
bio.
It's more of growing within than it is, I went to college here. I did that, right? It's all industry experience, which has been
No, that's
great.
really cool. That's a great path. And congratulations on your latest position.
Absolutely.
Excited about it. So much
Yeah,
going
you should
on.
be. Yeah, and we're excited to be working with you too, Sharon. I
Yes,
missed
we
the
are.
opportunity to see you a couple of months back. So it's nice to make your acquaintance here on Let That Sink In. And I know we're going to focus today on residential products, but before we do get into that, I do want to mention that Swan Corporation has got a load of offerings in the commercial space as well. So if you would like a commercial Swan quote, make sure you reach out to your local Swan representative to get that. But today, with Sharon being our guest, we are going to focus a bit more on the decorative side of what the products that Swan offers for the showroom and for the homeowners.
Yep, that's right, Todd. So yeah, Sharon, tell us a little bit more about the mix of products that Swanstone offers through the showroom, like shower bases, tubs, walls, kitchen sinks, vanity tops, those sort of things.
Okay. Our focus on the decorative side is more so on the Swanstone portion of it. So I'm going to go over that more than anything.
Please do.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the beautiful thing about Swanstone is there's a huge variety of products, right? You've got vanity tops, you've got walls, you've got shower bases, you've got accessories. So there's just endless options with it. There's also beautiful patterns. You've got smooth, you've got square tile, you've got subway that's in modern, traditional, and classic. And you can utilize any of those patterns in any color, which is beautiful. So it's a solid color, it's a concrete color, it's one of our aggregate colors. So that's what's really, really great about the product, right? There's just endless design opportunities that you can coordinate or you can contrast. So if you want to take a whole bathroom, right? You want to do your whole bathroom, everything be matchy, right? You want to do your bases, your base, your walls, your vanity top, all in birch. You can do it all in birch. Or if you're like me, I love the contrast, right? I can do a white base and I could do, say, a concrete color limestone. So, and then if I wanted my countertop to be a totally different charcoal color, I can mix it up. So it's just endless what you can do with it. You could also do a beautiful charcoal base if you won't want to worry about keeping that floor, nice and white, right? And you can do a subway pattern wall. So it's just endless on the patterns that you could do with Swanstone. And that's what makes it so user-friendly.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's beautiful, beautiful stuff. You mentioned that concrete finish. And one of my local showrooms has that on display, and it's absolutely beautiful.
That is one of my favorite finishes.
Yeah. And that's what's been so popular for us. And the other thing that I want to highlight too is the vessel bowl that we have out. The vessel bowl that we have out in that Carrara marble. I miss that, calling that out, that beautiful Carrara marble. And any of those charcoal colors, you sort of get that look of that concrete vessel, but you don't have the weight, you don't have the cost, you don't have the maintenance on it. So it's a good compromise for somebody who's looking for that style.
You mentioned maintenance. Let's talk a little bit about the advantages of Swanstone solid surface, specifically as it pertains to like quality, maintenance, and durability of the product itself. It is a repairable surface. That's one of the things I've always appreciated about the Swan surface, is that you can actually repair it. Can you explain a little bit of how and why Swanstone surfaces can be repaired with relative ease?
Yeah, so it's we're started using some new marketing terms, and it's easy, beautiful, and designed to last a lifetime. And that's literally true.
That's great. I love that.
Swanstone is life proof. Yeah, we're doing some amazing marketing things, so I'm excited about it. But it is a tall order to fill, but it is that's what makes solid surface so perfect, for a low maintenance bathroom. So it's like Swanstone is like a diamond, right? It's formed under heat and pressure, and like a diamond, it's the strongest material you can put in your bathroom, right? So it's naturally antimicrobial. It's naturally non-porous. And you can even hair dye can be wiped away from it. What I always like to use this example, I was at a beautiful Hilton Garden Inn in Milwaukee, and I have a flat iron / curling iron in one, and it goes up to 450 degrees. Well, I don't think anything about it when I go to a hotel. I put it on the surface, turned it off, came back later, in the afternoon, and there's a yellow stain on it. With Swanstone, it has up to a 450 degree heat rating on it, right?
Oh,
so you're never going to
Nice.
hurt your countertop. But let's say that you did. Let's say it did a little bit of a yellow, right? You're going to take a Scotch-Brite, one of those kind of purpley weird color, and you're going to slightly buff it out, right? So is what makes it so beautiful for residential, but it also makes it beautiful for, let's say it's not assisted living, but student housing. You think about all the girls that come through there,
my
right,
gosh.
that are not,
Yep.
Or think about it,
I
from
can't
a HUD
imagine.
housing, right?
Yeah.
HUD housing perspective and the damage that can go on there. And it's just the durability from a kitchen perspective. If you were to use it in the kitchen, you've got a lot more ease of not worrying so much about sitting that hot pan down on it. So it's basically life proof. I mean, I don't know of anything that can truly hurt it.
Yeah, I also think about the fact that there's quite a few people who own commercial properties, although they're still residential, like Airbnbs, right?
Correct.
You're using those as a commercial space, even though it's a residential space. You don't know who's setting that cigarette on the edge of that counter while they're using the restroom or shaving or whatever it is. And, next thing you know, as you mentioned, it's that dark brown or yellow cigarette burn that's trailed across that
and
surface.
if you think long term, right, if you're putting the money up front,
Yeah.
so if you're somebody like that, right,
Mm-hmm.
that's a costly additive, right, or costly part to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of having to replacing that countertop every year
Exactly.
or whatever,
Right.
again, if there's any maintenance to it, you're going to buff it out. And if it needs a little coat of the wax on it to give it back that kind of sheen,
you're going to get your return.
Yeah, it's a great surface.
It is.
Yeah.
I know as we walk around and demo it, we even hit it with hammers too, because you mentioned it's as hard as a diamond.
That is a
right?
great demonstration.
It is.
It is. And we'll
that was one of my
crack that
training
thing.
sessions from the rep that, or not the rep, but the arson that trained me. That's funny. Yeah.
I'll tell you, if anybody's fallen asleep during your training, that always wakes them up too. So it's a good way to bring everybody back.
Can we
Absolutely.
do, I don't know if you've seen it on Tuesdays We Train. We have a video series, Sharon, on Tuesdays We Train.
Yeah.
That needs to be added to the series
That will happen.
immediately.
That's going to happen, Tiffany.
Yeah.
I
need a
assure you,
hammer.
going to make that
That's
happen.
funny.
Swanstone.
So we
Okay.
are coming back. That makes me think of, so we are coming back out with like a salesman sample kit.
Mhm,
And
good.
I think they're going to have some of those things that they used to do
Good.
That
in
is
the past to
fantastic.
be
Because
able
that
to
made
go
it fun
out.
to sell.
Yeah,
and
it
it proves it.
Yes. And right. What a great
It proves
demonstration.
that, it proves
So I
that the
think that's
surface
coming
can
back.
handle it. So
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
well, thank you for that explanation. That was great.
Absolutely.
Well, I have always loved the look of the Swanstone walls, Sharon. And another one of my favorite finishes is the matte finishes. And you have wonderful patterns like the subway tiles. Can you tell me a little bit more about the Evergrout and what the advantage to the end user is there?
Absolutely. And this is one that I was super, super excited about. So, everybody, the designs trends are still tile, texture,
Mhm.
that kind of thing, right? But for those of us who don't want to spend all that time on cleaning grout, and I will tell you exactly, I have that in my bathroom right now, and the grout's starting to fall out.
Who
The
does
grout is
want to
starting
spend
fall
time
out,
cleaning
right?
grout, right?
That's why we
Yeah,
have
okay.
a
I
maid
know.
to do
I
it,
think
right?
that is 100% everyone across the board. Yeah.
But I really hate it because the grout turns different colors over time, depending on how well it's cleaned. It's not clean. So
Yeah.
that's what Evergrout does. It basically gives you the textured look and feel of grout without any maintenance. It's actually molded into the product. So when that press comes down on that BMC, that bulk molded compound, that's what it's doing. It's actually creating that texture within the grout line. So there's no maintenance that you have to worry about, but you get that really, cool look.
That's fantastic.
Of the texture. Yeah, I'm
I
super,
love
super
that.
excited about that.
And it looks
Yeah.
great. That's another, as I mentioned, that showroom here in town that has the that concrete stone look up. They also have the subway tiles. They've got both the large pattern and the small pattern, and it's got that grout, which is fantastic because it looks like real grout. It has that texture, but it's not something you're going to have to maintain. Like I have actual tile on my walls at home, and what a pain in the butt. That's why I was jokingly doing this.
Yeah,
exactly. With a toothbrush in there trying to clean the grout lines, and there's a lot of them too.
Oh,
so.
my gosh.
And the other funny thing, or not funny thing, really, is think about it when you do installation. It's so labor intensive for a tile installer to come in. It's 3 or 4 days, right, for this application because you've got to set the tile, you got to wait for it to set, you got to put the grout in it, you got to clean it, cure it. So the thing with Swanstone is it's going to be a much faster installation and a much cleaner, very little cutting, very little, maintenance to it or installation to it in the beginning. So super, super great option for somebody who doesn't want that cleaning.
That would be me.
That low maintenance. That would be me too.
Absolutely.
When I do my remodel, that's going in my
100%. That's great.
The other exciting thing too is that matte finish is really gotten popular again. We see the trends in the showroom, and for a while there, the high glossy stuff seemed to really kind of dominate for a short while, but all of a sudden it has reverted back to people want that matte finish. You look at cars even on the road today that have that matte finish to them too. It's very popular. So Swan is in a great position right now in the showroom with the popularity of that matte finish. And again, that lends itself to that ability to repair it if it gets scratched. You've got that high gloss and you scratch it.
Absolutely.
You've got permanent damage.
That's it. That's one good point about Swan is that we've gone with some trends that we feel like will be long-term, not trendy. Does that make sense?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we've stuck to our roots. We've come out with these charcoal finishes, right? Or concrete finishes, I should say, that have given us that textured look and that that edginess to it. But yeah, we're not going to go out there and anything shiny, immediately grab it. We're going to look for designs and products and styles that are going to be timeless.
I like what you said about just not looking for the trend, but looking
Right.
for the long
Timeless.
term.
Absolutely.
And timeless. Exactly. And yeah, the Swan solid surfaces definitely fit that bill. So it's a great time for Swan solid surface right now.
It is. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about some of your sinks that you have in the line. Swan's got a complete line of single and double bowl kitchen sinks available, both in granite and Swanstone material. Can you explain the difference in the two surfaces? I actually have one of the Swan granite sinks in my home. I love it. It's been in there for several years. I think going on probably 5 years, if not 6 years. And it looks as good as it did the day I installed it. I just, every time I clean it, I use just a little bit of vegetable oil and I coat it.
Perfect.
That's
Gives it
awesome.
just a tiny little bit of gloss, a little bit of shine to it. And it has maintained the finish all these years. There's no gouges or scratches in that thing.
Ah, that's perfect.
I love it.
How long have you had it, Todd?
At least 5 years.
Wow.
5 years. Wow.
Yeah. It's a great durable sink.
Well, so here's the differences between the two. So, we have a complete line, like you said, single, double bowl in both granite and Swanstone. But the differences is that granite, so we source that. Number one, we don't make those, right?
Okay.
And I'm not aware that anybody makes those. I'm aware that they're sourced from overseas. And so they are made of, and we brought these in because we wanted to answer the market needs for some of the trends, right? So trend forward, competitive prices, things like that. But they're actually made up of 80% actual quartz stone.
Oh, wow.
Where Swanstone is true solid surface. So the walls, the vanities, the accessories, countertops are all made of Swanstone, which is bulk molded compound. So they're all formed the same way. It's the actual. It's interesting. If you ever see taffy being made, for the sheet, right? So when they make this, it literally looks like a piece of taffy that they unroll, and then that press comes down on it, right? So that material is consistent all the way through. It is repairable, just like it is. So the differences too is that cleanability, just like you said, Todd. The difference is you're not going to have to. I would almost call what you're doing to your sink like curing. So if you're a Southerner and you have that cast iron skillet, right, and you want to do that, that's
putting oil on it,
right? So with Swanstone, you don't have to do that. It's much more flexible, much more easy to clean. Has that heat rating again, 450 degrees. That's another thing. It's not porous. It's naturally antimicrobial. And the one cool thing that I always tell the showrooms is we are one of the few companies left in Swanstone material that has a 3-bowl sink. There's an actual 3-bowl sink in there, which is unusual, but it still sells.
Yeah, that's cool. I love my double bowl sink. I do. I think it's great. It's got the low dam in the middle, which is just perfect. A lot of versatility in that sink. So yeah, very, very happy with mine.
Yeah. So it's a great choice, like I said. And the other thing that I would call out is most of them are dual mount, which means you can either drop it in or you can undermount it without having to order a different SKU.
Yeah, mine's not as fancy as an undermount. Mine's top mounted. So but when we redo the kitchen, I'm going undermount, but and it's still a great look. And like I said, it's very simple and easy to clean.
Well, and with the new charcoal, I keep calling them charcoal, the new concrete colors, there's a color called charcoal. The concrete colors give you that new edgy on trend design that we've been missing in the past. And that's what we're doing moving forward, is put a reinvigoration into the decorative products portion of it, which is what my team's here for and what you guys are here for.
Yeah,
love
that's
it.
Right.
All right, Sharon, can you tell us a little bit more about the custom vanity program that's offered by Swan?
Yeah, absolutely. So Swanstone materials can be customized to make virtually any type of vanity top that you need for your bathroom space. And how you approach that, or how you work on that, is you go to our online configurator. There's a current online configurator for the vanity top, and what you do is you provide your dimensions, you select undermount bowl style, and then what that does is it provides the customer with a project quote for it. So you can customize it. You don't have to use our bowls. You could use a Kohler bowl, for example, if you wanted to, or somebody else's bowl. So it's a nice addition for somebody that has a little bit of an odd dimension in their bathroom. The great news is that our standard vanities, we have so many sizes in the standard vanity tops. They all come with an integrated backsplash and bowl, so you get a seamless one-piece solution. You don't necessarily have to go there in most cases, but it is a nice additional, make it easier to do business with us, customize it to get you the size that you need.
And that's right on your website?
Right on our website. Very
That's
simple.
great.
I think the turnaround time is about 24, 48 hours to get your custom quote back.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
great.
So you can, and you
awesome.
can mix and match if you want to
Yeah.
do let's say you want to do that concrete color top, but you want your bowl to be a solid color. Again, you can mix and match, or you can make it all neutrals together.
Yeah, that's neat. Can you give us the website, please,
Yes,
for those
please.
who are listening?
Yeah, it is www.swanstone.com.
Very simple.
Yeah, perfect.
Swanstone.com.
Swanstone.com.
That's wonderful.
That's great. Yeah,
Is there-
well, I would definitely recommend people check out that website. I've been
Yeah.
spending some time on it. We've had a history with Swan, and we're excited to be back with you guys here in the St. Louis market. So I played around with the website recently, and it is a great resource for showrooms and consumers.
Perfect. Good news.
Well, that is awesome, Sharon. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us that we haven't touched on today?
Yeah, I wanted to mention, we were talking about the online configurator for our vanities, but I want to talk quickly about the ABG configurator. If you're not familiar with this, you can go to americanbathgroup.com and scroll the page a little bit, and it's going to be called Product Configurator. And within that Product Configurator, you can actually build. We're super motivated about this, super psyched about this. It was the hit of the 80s show and the LPG show, but it's basically a configurator where you can build an entire bathroom with one ABG product or multiple brands. You can pick multiple brands, right? So you actually, and what's cool about this, if you're a gamer, we are using the same software, don't quote me, the software, the technology that was used in The Mandalorian.
Oh,
so
wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, everything is like 3D imaging and it's all real time. And so like
cool.
when you're panning the room, if you see, like I see my dog park from my window, right? But as you pan, I might see somebody else's house. And that's what this actually does.
And
so
Baby Yoda too, like.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
It is just super cool. And we're adding products as we go and as we acquire more brands. You know, we have 22 brands in our portfolio. I currently have 4 under the
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
So yeah, so you can take Swan and you can use their walls and you can use their base and their vanity, but you might want a piece of furniture from Maidstone, or you might want to do a steam unit from Mr. Steam, right? So you can build this whole entire bathroom. And then what it does is it actually, you can share a video, a 30-second video with your customer, your end user. It builds a spec book for you with all these beauty images. You can go back and edit it, and it's a work in progress as we go. And what's going to happen with that is the twofold is that the currently on Swan, you only have the vanity configurator, but like in Max, you have a Utah configurator. So Swan is going to get a Swan configurator, so you can build a bathroom within there of your walls, of your floor, of your, your shower pan, your vanity top. So you'll be able to go and see real time on that and then be able to send that out to a customer. So we're super excited about that. ABG
That's amazing.
Is live now, but the Swanstone configurator, if we're still on schedule, it should come out third quarter. So that'll be
of 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that goes back into us putting a focus on the showroom segment, putting a focus on being easier to do business with, just giving you the tools that you need to be successful in the field and make anybody say, oh my gosh, have you gone to their website? Have you seen how easy it is to pick a product from there? So yeah, we are super excited about that.
That's great.
If anybody needs training on it, we'll work with you guys to train you.
That's
absolutely.
Yep. Or you can work with, you guys can work with our local regional for you. So yeah, super excited about that. You'll continue to see that go through our other brands. Eventually Max will have it and so on. So it's going to be where we can build a bathroom with any ABG brand. It will be by brand, or you can go to the ABG configurator and build it with a multitude of brands.
Well, that is fantastic. Cool. And we will let our customers know when that launches this fall. Absolutely. We will keep them updated on that. That is fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Sharon. This has been such a great podcast. We have loved having you on.
Yes, it's been great.
In. We are so excited to partner with Swan. Super excited for the future.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate the customers. Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here.
And if you'd like more information on Swan, please visit our website at p-massoc.com. Thanks again, Sharon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon.
Bye-bye.